Welcome to Power Monday, where your Mondays will never be blue again. Hello everybody, good morning and welcome back to another episode of Power Monday, where your Mondays will never be blue again. As always, my name is Taufik, and if this is your first time tuning in, Power Monday is ERA's original podcast where we bring in the best of the best in the industry to share their real life journeys, the strategies that kept them through, and the best practices for success. So if you guys are looking for your weekly dose of motivation and inspiration, we're here for you every Monday, 10 a.m. And you can also catch us on One ERA SG YouTube and One ERA SG Spotify. So without further ado, today's guest in the Power Monday studio, we have a former captain in the Republic of Singapore Air Force for 7 years as a regular, and he made a bold leap into the real estate industry in 2009. But fun fact, he started his sales career at the age of 18. Correct? But starting with brokering HDB flats and later expanding to high-end homes, he now leads a dynamic team here at ERA. His knack for sales was evident from a young age, and his innovative marketing skills even secured him roles as recruitment and Marcom during his Air Force tenure. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming the multifaceted achiever, the one and only Shen Jiaming.
Thank you everyone. Hello everyone, Jiaming here.
Wow, okay, so back to starting sales at only 18 years old. Can you just share a bit about how was that thought process coming into wanting to start?
Okay, so I think I wasn't really good in studies last time, so student. And I went to the course which I thought I wasn't suitable in, and I was honestly a little bit like struggling.
Which course was it?
Diploma in electronics, electrical, and telecoms.
Oh my
Cannot
God.
tell, right? Engineer, no. I was engineer. I majored in computer, and I tell you now, even my wife, who is a business major, her computer better than me. Yeah, but of course, back to your question on started sales, right? Of course, 1997, 98, for those, of course, who were around for quite a while in real estate, that was actually quite a bad year because that was the great financial crisis. Literally, people were jumping off the roof. Literally because of the stock market crash back in 1998. Yeah. So it was a very bad year for a lot of people. So of course, I think the financial crisis kind of affected everyone, including my family. And that's where I realized that I had to make some money myself. I had to bring home and of course help with the school fees and stuff. And so that was where actually I went to find work, as a poly student. Our timing flexible.
Yeah.
So I eventually found myself to sell household products in the departmental stores. Say like, Robinson. Okay, Robinson no more. Takashima, yeah. Okay, Takashima have CK Tanks have. Okay, that time was Seiyu.
No.
Bugis no more. Yeah, Bugis no more. Yeah, so that was the time when I got to learn from my that time mentor in sales about doing sales. Long story short, I think I found the way to do sales in a very organized way, since the topic is organized, but organized way. Right? He taught me how to do it well. At 18-year-old students, I was earning about $3,000+ a month.
I'm sorry, what?
$3,000+ a month, 18-year-old. Yeah, fun fact, I was selling vacuum compressed bags, I was selling pots and pans. Yeah, it's about $3,000+ a month. I think that's quite a lot for an 18-year-old student back in 1998.
That's a lot even now.
Okay, so of course the thing is, that was school holidays, but my boss asked me, hey, after that I want to carry on or not. When I go to school, I said, how to carry on? I need to go school, sir. How to carry on? But I realized that, but since I didn't really like the school work, I myself, I go and work lah. I earn the money. Then I find people to do my schoolwork. I pay people to do my schoolwork. It's a win-win situation, right? Because my work is lousy, I submit out, I get lousy grades. The guy is good, he submit out, I get good grades lah. So I get to have good grades through school. And that is how I continuously outsource.
Yes.
Yeah. So in the end, I think did it land me well in my results? I think my results were quite bad, honestly, but I was still fortunate enough. And back to what you were saying, that was where actually I decided to sign on, as you recall, in SAF. And that was in year 1,000. So I was quite fortunate that when I signed on, I was an officer I signed as an officer in the Air Force. It's an air defense lah, where they say Air Force, are you pilot lah? No. Air Force, I shoot down the pilot. Because I had childhood asthma, so pilot rejected me. So yeah, but even in Air Force, I think interestingly in Air Force, where we had our tours, right?
Yeah.
I actually became in my staff appointment, because you have an operational tour, then you have a staff tour. I was the recruitment officer for the Air Force. So my job was to go to schools, to go to BMTC lah. BMTC, I know all the boys here know BMTC. BMTC, I also go OCS, I go CSPEC to give talks, to ask them to join the Air Force. So technically, I was selling the Air Force. So even in SAF days,
you were still living your salesperson.
Salesperson.
Yeah,
I think it was, but it kind of taught me a lot of things back then in Air Force, where Air Force is a big organization. The SAF is a big organization.
Yeah.
And I realized how important, organizational leadership as per topic today is, because there are many layers of controls to get things done.
correct.
Systematically and with the framework, so that you don't get lost. There's a direction.
Yeah.
And of course, that led me to want to speak more about the topic today that we have.
Yeah, well, before we get into that, then can you share us a bit about the transition from the regular into a real estate?
Okay, sure. So actually, because I forgot to tell you, it's not 09, it's 07. But never mind, now we know it's 07. Now it's 07, It was 07 when I decided to came out. Because I was in Air Force Recruitment Center.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I got exposed to the outside world. That's where I realized that, life can be more challenging outside. And I decided to want to take a bold step to step out. Was it easy? I think I was blessed that I had a good mentor.
Yeah.
Yeah, a good mentor who taught me a lot of things when I first started. Of course, now, although we parted ways, but I still wanted to take this opportunity to say thanks to him. All right. And as I started, of course, it was that time, the era is a lot of HDB sales. HDB. So HDB sales last time when we started, money, I think I didn't have much money. But the method that was taught to me was to throw flyers. I mean, I throw flyers now, right? But the throwing flyers was very different. So I didn't engage fly distributors, but rather I threw myself flyers. And it was door to door.
Okay.
So usually I would throw in the night, about 11 plus PM.
Okay.
So where everyone is sleeping, door is closed, shy lah. I don't dare to face auntie. You want to sell how I'm not that. So I went to throw door to door. I dropped. And it was very effective, because every time I dropped the flyer outside the door, the following day, sure had people call. And sure people ask me they want to sell. So I go listing presentation. So very simple you weekday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you throw. Every night you throw maybe about 1,000. You probably get about, every time you throw 1,000, you get about 5 listings.
Yeah.
That was the type of numbers back then. After that, started, they give you a listing. Friday, you advertise on Straits Times, the classified ads. Saturday, you sit down and you prepare to pick up call. The calls were very intense. Every one call you pick up, you will miss probably 2 calls. One call you pick up, miss 2 calls. But that was then, because Straits Times was the only way to kind of advertise. And for those who are long enough, probably you'll understand there was this platform called Mocha. Mocha is by that time MediaCorp, but now defunct already. But anyway, so of course then Sunday go viewing. Sunday go viewing. So we just rinse and repeat all this. So it's very easy. You will do every week averagely about 1 HDB. That was that time. So I think it was pretty straightforward. Yeah, that was how I kind of transited into real estate in HDB.
Understand? Okay, so coming to the topic of organizational leadership. So in your lens, what does organizational leadership mean in the context of the industry?
Okay, so I take a page off SAF.
Okay.
So SAF, of course, you have the big boss, which is, of course, the chief of defense lah. But of course, your chief of defense won't come and talk to you lah.
Yeah.
You won't get you probably have to, as a recruit, then you talk to your sergeant, your SecCom, right? But moving upwards, of course, you have your leadership in the schools, of course, in the unique context, your leadership. But under leadership, you actually have your ops role, you have your intel roles, you have your the logistic roles, right? So there are just many different leaders or people to take charge of things, and there's a framework to work around it. I kind of enjoy it. The thing is, I mean, much as I, SAF was like a bit like things that make you like, wow, so many, sometimes can be a bit like, wow, jarring and boliao. But the thing is, I take a page off organizational stuff, like structured stuff.
Okay.
Like you actually know that if you have a framework and a system, people can rely on the framework and system to work on things, and you don't get lost.
Okay.
Now, so back to, of course, real estate, the context of real estate. I believe I want to highlight, to maybe address, I think there are a lot of people here, maybe watching this video, probably you might be a bit more, let's say, a more junior leader in real estate. I think the pain point of a junior leader, especially a young leader, is you have a lot of heart for your downline that you recruit.
Yeah.
Okay? You have a lot of heart. You really want to give them the best.
Yep.
You want to give them everything. But the problem is, right, you do realize if you do the math and calculation, you can't really rely on that one person to feed you and your family. Because our overriding structure in real estate is maybe not that favorable.
Yeah.
So I saw the pain points, I saw the pitfalls of this. So that's what it led me to kind of like come up with more frameworks to help our, including myself, me and Joel, and our leaders to have a framework and direction. And that's where we came into the organizational portion, leadership portion. And hence, of course, this framework has been improved over time. And of course, there's a lot of effort took to maintain. But it's not just me. In this whole entire thing, I am the maybe CO for ladies. Okay, you may not CO for guys. CO means the commanding officer of the camp, right? I'm the CO.
Yeah.
But of course, I have my leaders to anchor and support every different functions.
Correct.
So that we actually focus on building the team through this function. Yeah. So I hope I kind of answered that question. Did I?
Yeah. So, before we started the episode, during our discussion, you did mention about organizational leadership is beyond organization, but it also has something to do with yourself, your inner self. So maybe you want to explain more about that?
Beyond myself. Sorry, beyond what again? Sorry.
Beyond just organizational level, but it also works with
yourself.
Yeah, yourself.
I guess everyone is okay. So it starts with us as a person, right? Leadership over our life.
Yeah.
Leadership over our life. So I backtrack a bit to, of course, the days where I decide to, outsource my homework. Right. So I think that's where I felt that I needed to lead my life in a way that is more beneficial or advantageous to me. I think everyone wants that.
Yeah.
Right. I need to lead myself to that. Because if I were to dwell and be just very sian about stuff like, oh my God, no money, how, and all this, right? And my schoolwork also very jialat, how? Then I think I will be going down in a direction that's not very favorable. Right. But I think it's leading myself up. I organize myself and organize my thoughts.
Yeah.
To structurally, right? Okay, I settle my homework. First, settle my homework and my diploma, right? But how do I settle it? I have money to do it. Right? It's just that maybe I just bring about this. Now, as a salesperson, okay, I believe a lot of people are struggling with, you generate leads, you need to generate leads, and you go and meet your leads. Now then you realize that you're so busy meeting your leads, you forgot to generate leads.
Yeah.
Right? It's a very common thing that we all face. How are you going to organize your thoughts and frame yourself to have this systematically? Right. So this is one part of it, of leading your life. Leading your life. So of course, finding partners right? Finding partners to work together with you, or having teammates to work together with you. That's also kind of like organizing your life to find someone that can help you with doing certain things.
Correct.
So, in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is actually leadership doesn't start from leading your downlines and what. Leadership starts from leading your life.
Correct.
How you organize your life. And that is what I meant by organization leadership on your life. Yeah.
Yeah. So organization leadership on
Yeah.
your life. So
Yes.
as a leader or
Yeah.
as someone who has so many experience,
Yeah.
so many years of experience,
Yeah.
what advice would you give to other leaders who on how to set clear and achievable goals?
Okay. First
Not
of
only
all,
for them, sorry, not only for them, but for their
for the
team,
downlines,
yeah,
for
for
the
their
team.
team.
Okay, for me and Joel, we understand one very important thing, that everyone is different. Everyone
Yes.
is different. Every person is unique and individual.
Correct.
You have a framework, but everyone must be able to attune to the framework as much as possible.
Yeah.
But how are you going to best do that? So for every year, what me and Joel do is we will actually run what do you call it? Our goal settings and work review.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and that will be twice a year with our downlines, direct downlines. Okay, for the most important thing, if you recruit someone, if they are the direct downline, you are responsible for them. So
Yeah.
you need to mentor them.
Yeah.
And I think running, what do you call it, review and goal setting is important. Number one.
Yeah.
Okay, this review and goal setting, you must be very clear that what is your organization, which is the group that you're in, what is their outline and framework for you,
Okay.
so that you can effectively communicate down to them. For example, today I understand that in of course in our environment, number one tool for ERA is of course, number one things that we do are tech tools.
Yeah.
Tech tools. We have Sales Plus.
Yep.
We have ERA Pro, right? These are the two main things that we always use for our sales work.
Yeah.
And this is one form of thing that as a mentor, I need to be able to effectively communicate now
Correct.
to my downline, so that we speak the same language.
Yeah,
we
makes
don't
sense.
blur.
Yeah.
We don't blur. Then of course, other things, honestly, I think we'll receive a lot of emails every day. You send out really a lot of things.
Yeah.
The email contains so many things. So how are your downlines? You're confirm lost one. Then you are a new person. Don't say new. Experience also will get lost.
Yeah,
Right.
true.
I think a lot of time I need to clear the email. Yeah. So hence that's why these are things that as a leader I need to be very clear of what the company provides. Okay. And other than of course the reviews, I meet my team actually on technically a weekly basis. As much as possible. As much as possible. As much as possible. To those who want to meet. Some maybe find me too low, so don't want to meet. But as much as possible. So that I'm able to communicate down from company, okay, down to higher level management, and of course down to our level, and of course down to our agents level. In a clear way that everyone do not get lost.
I understand.
That's what I would think that for leaders, this is something that you should take note of, because I think ERA is really great for providing really, really good stuff. But if you don't know how to use them, let alone your downlines,
Yeah.
they'll be lost.
Yeah.
Okay. But I push one thing is, I understand that maybe some leaders are so busy that you may not know how to do, right? You need to know where to point your downlines to, at least. You need to know where to point them to. What type of training they should go for? I mean, it's all out there.
Yeah.
I attended all the Sales Plus training, okay, by all our esteemed trainers. I think it's really great. I really encourage everyone to go. And there are really, really a lot of resources. Even there are so many videos. But at least you must know where are they.
Yeah.
How to apply, how to go.
How to go, yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, okay, so the regular reviewing, meeting your downline, I guess those are some simple ways where as leader you can motivate your team.
Yeah.
And also as well, as a leader, try to make your team focus, but not only your team focus, but yourself also focus.
Yes.
Right? So then what other practical steps that can leaders take to help their team overcome challenges?
Okay, so of course we talk about we talk about the framework. We talk about the framework and the tools and everything. I would think that, of course, being there for them, I think it's important. But the thing is, being there for them is a very, being there for them is a very hard to define thing. Being there, 24 hours, 7-Eleven?
No lah.
Cheers? No lah. Petrol kiosk? No
It
lah.
doesn't have to be physically there also.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean,
So there's one thing that I taught in my leadership courses to my downlines. We do some leadership training for our junior leaders as well. So there's this thing that I like to. I take a page from church lah. From church don't mind. No offense to any religions. Okay. Church okay. Is of course we talk about God lah. God is of course omnipresence. So I love the fact that how do you make the person your leader, how do you make yourself omnipresence, right? Of course, to all your downlines, that they feel that you are with them. I think it's important, like, this question is more like how you actually guide, or how to the practical steps are. So omnipresence means like, how are you always there for them? I think as leaders, probably one thing is you need to consistently remind your agents that you are always there on top of the framework. I think please make use of tools, frameworks, tools. Okay, this, of course, I would think that every week you need to set time to message everyone in a systematic way. Right, systematic way. So I've been trying to systematically message everyone as much as possible. At the word systematic, this timing I message like that. This timing I message like that. This time I message like that. Very xiong but you're a leader what you do, right? No choice. So I think this will be one simple tip that I can actually impart. Have a systematic way every day. You tell yourself, I need to message 3 or 4 of them. 3 or 4 of them. 3 or 4 of them. Okay, 1 week you will cover everyone. Next you go one more round. So this is one way that I use for this omnipresence of myself to my downlines.
It actually makes a lot of difference, even though by just a text, because it makes you feel acknowledged that you are not left behind, and that you are not, that someone is still there for you even though. And all the more is like, okay, for example, if you have a leader who's like super busy, and he has a good, for example, like I said, in the best in the industry, but he's so busy, but if he has still make time for you, then that means a lot actually.
That means a lot.
Then how do you, from your perspective, encourage teamwork and collaboration in your team?
Okay, so for us, me and Joel, we run by a framework of this thing called we call it the 4Cs, 4Cs framework. So I'll just review a little bit here. So our 4C framework consists of being very good. We call it construct, create, convert, and connect. This is our 4C framework. So the 4C framework is our core that every one of our downlines must be very clear. They don't need to be expert, but they need to know what it is. Let me explain to you. Construct means you need to be very good at deal structuring. Structuring out a deal. Other agents cannot structure out. You must be able to structure out the deal because that makes you an expert. Okay? Then you are very good in structuring out deals, right? Then you need to find people. Hey, hi, I want to structure a deal for you. Hi, you need to create leads. Right? So creating leads. So of course, creating leads, right? Every one of our downline, every day must have 3 leads. 3 leads. Okay, I don't care what you do you do digital marketing also can. You want to go door knock also can. You want to sit at kopitiam, go and talk to someone, and someone will give you the number and tell you they are interested in property also can. It's 3. So you think about it, right? You have 3 leads a day. 1 month, let's say 30 days, make it simple. So you get 90 leads a month times 12. That is 1080 leads a year. Once you have 1080 leads a year, right? You don't want anything to happen also cannot. Someone, somewhere, somewhat will tell you they wanted to do something. So that's create. Third, we have our convert. Our convert essentially is actually cold to warm to close. Cold lead to warm lead. Right, the lead come sure cold one right? But of course at the kopitiam setting, you go and the uncle sit there, drink beer, you can drink beer, very fast warm. Very fast warm, right? If you have a if you are a handsome boy, young boy, you go and talk to auntie, the auntie also very fast warm. Right? So, but the thing is, cold to warm to close. So, cold to warm to close, how do you get there? It's about your product knowledge, market knowledge, and important, how do you deliver them? Right? Delivery is important. Lastly, connect. You got 1,000 plus leads. You try lah. You WhatsApp them one by one every time. I think very tired lah.
Yeah.
So how do you systematically connect with them every week? Because you know lah, some leads they tell you I am interested in what I don't know. When can buy my MOP 1 more year, 2 more year later? Right, but if you think 1 year, 2 year is waste of time, I say it's no. You actually have 1 or 2 years to build your relationship with the lead.
Yeah.
Right? So you need to take it positively.
Correct.
So by being able to connect with them 1, 2 years, they like you, then most likely they'll buy from you lor. They sell through you lor. And so you combine the 4C together, you can help people to structure out deals. You can find leads for you to perform for them, right? And you actually convince them that you're the best person to handle their house through the convert. And of course, you need to follow with them through connect. So this framework will help everyone to be able to fixate it and fall back. And of course, the manager don't get lost lah. Like, how?
Yeah. So you want to juggle all these framework with your downlines. There must be very, very strong communication you have
Correct.
with your team, right?
Yes.
So in your own lens also, how does communication play a part in guiding your team effectively?
Okay, first, I think one of the most difficult part about real estate is you're running an organization and you're not paying them. You think about it, right?
Yeah.
If not, I'm the boss. I say, hey, you all report work at 9 a.m. Your lunch time is only 12. And you can only go home at 5:30. No, you can't do that because the thing is you're not paying them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they self-employed, In fact, in anything, they pay you,
Yeah.
They pay you, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, of course, how do you actually keep that? So, your question again is what?
Communication. How does
Communication.
it-
Yeah. So of course, when we talk about using communication, roughly one of the part that I think we mentioned just now is of course being systematically be able to connect with them frequently. Reach out to them. I think that's important. The omnipresence.
Yeah, the omnipresence.
Yeah, omnipresence. So they feel the respect and they feel safe. I think safe is one. I think they also feel the respect that my leader is always there taking care.
Yeah.
So on this portion of communication, I think this is one way that I would advise to start off with this. But of course, everyone has their own framework. Everyone has their own system to communicate.
Yeah.
So of course, I will not dwell too much into it. But at least be omnipresent to all your downlines.
Then when we talk about communication, we also talk about celebrating milestones with your teams, right?
Yes.
So how can a leader, how do I put this? Do you believe that every time there's a milestone, you need to create like an event or a party? Or is there like
very xiong this one.
Yeah, or is celebrating milestones more of a deeper connection thing? Like you don't need something so grand as an event to recognize someone's milestones to inspire others.
Now I think inspiring people doesn't just go. It's just about inspiring him. It's also helping to inspire others, right?
Correct.
So for what we do is every closing that we have, of course, I think we're talking about usually sale or a more substantial rental that we do. We will announce it. We'll encourage our leaders, all our leaders to announce for their downline about the sale. I think it's also, kind of like, when every sale is difficult, honestly. Every deal is not easy. But to be able to have a person write out how you feel, I think that's the type of emotional communication I want our leaders to have with all their downlines, including myself.
Yeah.
So I think the word emotional connection, when you actually spell out their woes and difficulties and eventually how they overcome it, right? It is to celebrate and also to encourage the rest who probably might be still trying there.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, I always tell everyone, there are actually a lot of people are banging walls. But it's just a matter of time. You bang enough, then you will succeed. Just that you need to keep the person alive.
Yeah.
Right? Some like celebrating for this person that close is helping a lot of other people, is keeping them alive. And that's why celebrating, we don't really go and eat dinner, or sometimes maybe we do.
Sometimes maybe lah.
Yeah, maybe lah.
But sometimes it's more meaningful, like you said, the emotional
Connection,
milestone celebration that people actually more.
So we will write a story for them because that is something that I feel will work .
Yeah, it works. It works. Emotional is always works.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so before we end off, do you have any last final words for our ERA teammates who are tuning in to the episode?
I think today what I wanted to highlight is because I really see in the industry, not just ERA, I think in the industry that a lot of people, they're unsure about recruiting. They are not very, they don't know lah. They say, I like to recruit. No, but some people feel that they want to be a leader, but they don't know how to be a leader. So there are a few things that ERA provides, okay, for these courses. Of course, number one, please go for your ULWC.
Yeah.
Yes, ULWC. Yeah, okay, ULWC. I mean, I came from an environment that didn't have all these last time. I came to ULWC. If you ask me, I went in, I told myself, okay, erase everything. I am nobody. I tried to hide from the camera every time. And then, okay, I was caught somehow. So, there's ULWC. Please make sure you go for that because nothing is more important than adjusting your mindset towards things.
Yep.
After ULWC, you actually have your LDP for ERA level, your leadership development program. Okay, this will help you to understand better about being a leader.
Correct.
And of course, the dollar and cents, because that's important, right? Dollar and cents. Yeah. So these are the two things that can start. And of course, if anything, when you want to do a leadership role and recruitment, please make sure you have a framework to fall back to.
Yeah.
Whether it's your own or your team's, please make sure you have, else you are going to get lost. And that's not what you want, especially for new leaders.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Jiaming, for joining me and joining us in this episode today. Now, remember, guys, the goal is to lead your team to greater success with clear, achievable goals, focus and motivation, and framework for your team is as important as framework for yourself so that you can pilot your own life and you can lead a better team to better success. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, be sure to continue to follow us on Spotify and like, share, and comment on our YouTube. We love to read what you have to say. Until next time, keep pushing forward, stay empowered as we continue to rise by raising others. And remember, your Mondays will never have to be blue again. This has been Jiaming and Topic today. Have a wonderful week, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Power Monday, where your Mondays will never be blue again.